Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Hopefully the last episode on sorting out the trailer light wiring on this 4.6 IS. Now it's been more than a bit of a saga trying to get this vehicle sorted. Now we did buy it particularly cheap, so no complaints, but sorting out a few little niggly issues to get it ready to use as a tow vehicle has definitely been a bit more of a challenge than we anticipated. Now to try and give everyone a bit of a summary on what's happened, we bought the vehicle as a tow vehicle, and when we first hooked our trailer up to it, we noticed that the trailer brakes were actually pulsing all the time. Now the car come pre-wired for electronic trailer brakes, but it didn't come with a trailer brake module, and when we plugged the module in, we noticed that basically I think it was about every 3 to 5 seconds the trailer brakes would pulse. Not hugely, but obviously you don't want your brakes grabbing whilst you're towing down the highway continually for 3 hours. That might be what destroyed the transmission, because we did also have to fix the transmission in it. Anyway, we basically put that issue down to bulb light checks. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the way that even these old BMWs, they are continually checking for blown bulbs, and they do it by sending a small voltage through the brake light circuit or the tail light circuit or the indicator circuit and just waiting for a response of load. And if it doesn't sense that load, it gives you a warning on the dashboard. Now, we thought that was probably going to be what was causing the trailer brakes to be pulsing all the time. The first time we hooked the trailer up to it, we did get a few errors saying that the trailer bulbs were out. So again, we're thinking, obviously it's doing the bulb light checks and that's going to be the issue. So after hooking up that first day, I had a friend come around, he hooked up NCS Expert and he coded out as many bulb checks as he could. Now we had it hooked up to the trailer that night, but when we tested it, it was still pulsing the trailer brakes again every 3 to 5 seconds, even with all the bulb checks coded off, which we weren't expecting. We would have thought once they're coded off, there won't be any pulses going through the brake light circuit. Long story short, the way that the previous owner had the trailer brakes wired in, he actually had them wired into the brake pedal circuit. The issue with that is the DSC pump actually monitors the brake pedal, obviously for the traction and stability control. So it was actually the DSC pump monitoring the pedal that was causing the trailer brakes to pulse all the time. Now, one side product of us coding out all the bulb warnings, when we hooked the trailer up the next day, we didn't get any trailer light warnings, which we thought was a bit weird because we'd also read that when you code out the tail light checks on the car, it doesn't code out the tail light checks on the trailer. So we thought that was a bit strange, but we sort of just ignored that because we could now drive the trailer and we weren't getting any warnings about the bulbs being out on the trailer. Good to go. We actually fixed the trailer brake issue by wiring the trailer brake controller to the high stop light. That being an LED light, it doesn't have any of the bulb checks and everything works perfectly. It's a low current circuit. That's how we got out of it. Now, moving forwards, we have since destroyed a light control module. It looks like water got into it and it's corroded. We bodged that by using an older light control module and actually towed a vehicle to Queensland Raceway last weekend, and it sort of worked, but we were getting weird things going on. Basically, with the other module, when you had the tail lights on, the indicators would flash really fast. We now put a new LCM4 in this vehicle and we've just coded it. It's all working fine, but I want to try and get the trailer setup working perfectly. So what happened, when I thought we'd fix the trailer issues, and in that video that went up where I say, yeah, we got the trailer brakes all working fine, a couple of you guys noticed that the park distance, the PDC was still working on the back when the trailer's connected, and apparently it's not supposed to. When you have a trailer connected, it's supposed to disable the rear parking sensors, which makes sense because they just go off all the time when you've got a trailer. But on the test drive, when we tested everything, we weren't getting any bulb checks, so I'm thinking everything's fine. Did a little bit more delving, and what I think is actually happening, the car has no idea we have a trailer connected, but the reason it did the first time is the breakaway system. So when we first hooked this trailer up to this vehicle, the breakaway system has to charge up, and it charges up off of the tail lights. So the X5 could see that load that was coming from the breakaway system, and it was registering that was a trailer there. Because we were messing around with it, doing all the coding that night, and I guess we could have been messing for an hour or two, that gave it enough time to charge the breakaway system. So the next day, breakaway system was charged, the trailer's not drawing any current from the car, and everything seems fine, no warnings on the dash, blah, blah, blah. However, the X5 doesn't know the trailer's there. So what I'm going to do today is hook some load resistors into a few different circuits on the trailer and see if we can get the car to know there's a trailer on the back, and hopefully everything will just work properly. Wish me luck. It's going to be a big mess. Okay, so we've got the trailer connected, and I'll just show you on the breakaway module. So normally you can see maybe it's not going to do it. You can normally see it flashing as it charges. I'll just see if the LEDs are flashing at the back. Yeah, so they are still flashing on and off. Let's see if we've got any errors up on the dashboard at the moment. To be honest, I haven't actually connected this trailer with the new light control module. So there we are. Everything works fine. I'm just going to put the lights on and that'll start charging the... Yeah, so again, we've got no errors, but if we put it in reverse, PDC is still coming on. So yeah, it looks like the X5 just can't tell the trailer's there, but there's no load going on it, so that would make sense. PDC shut up, and I've got oil over my hands. All right, I'm going to wire in these resistors into the tail light and the brake light circuit, and then we'll see how that affects what's going on the dashboard. Okay, now amazingly, they are literally from the trailer supplier, just twisted and taped wiring. So I've undone the brown, which I assume is going to be tail lights, although I haven't actually checked. We'll just assume it's tail lights. I'm going to assume red is brake. So all I've done is I've wired in one of the load resistors to the tail light circuit, and now we'll see if the car registers that it's got a trailer connected. So now basically I'm thinking we should get a check trailer light error, and we'll see if it disables PDC. Because if it does, check trailer lights. Right, we're getting somewhere. Now let's see if PDC goes off. PDC's on, but it's not beeping. I think this is going to work. All right, what I'm going to do, check trailer lights. It's registering that there's a trailer connected. A miracle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wire up, I've got two of these load resistors. I'm going to wire up one load resistor to the tail lights on this side and to the indicator, and then on that side I'll wire up the other one to the stop lights and that side indicator, and that should put load on all the circuits, and we'll see how we go. Wish me luck. Okay, so on this side we're tapped into the indicator and the stop lights, and on this one we've got the load resistor connected to the indicator and the tail lights. So that should cover the 4 basic electrical circuits that the trailer has, and hopefully, assuming the resistance is going to be substantial enough, we won't get any errors now. Guys, I believe it's working. So we got no trailer light error that time. Now if I put it in reverse, PDC will come on, but we got no beeping, and the trailer is connected. So the X5 knows there's a trailer connected. I'm just going to put the lights on. Yeah, we're good. The X5 knows there's a trailer connected, and we're not getting any errors. Load resistors. Who would have thought? Now I know you can buy these. I just didn't want to spend any money, and I've basically found these laying around. I might pretty that wiring up. One thing I'm just going to do quickly, we'll see if the load resistors are now absorbing, how can I do it? I want to see if the load resistors are now absorbing enough electricity so that the normal pulsing that it does, or that it was doing earlier, hopefully that pulsing now doesn't stop. Yeah, basically whenever you connected a trailer to the car, these would pulse. So they're not pulsing anymore, which means that's absorbing that little bit of a bulb check. We're all good. Okay, what I might do, I'll extend these harnesses and we'll tuck these up out of the way. We'll get it wired in, and I'll give you an update once it's all looking a bit better, because that looks terrible. All right, so they are now wired in just as dodgily as the standard lights that this trailer came with are. Yeah, they're literally just twisted and taped. But I guess it's time to just double check that it's going to do what I think. Still all wired on. And we can turn the car on. No warnings. Start her up. And just turn the AC down. So basically now, I should be able to put it in reverse. PDC is on, but we've got no buzzing. So that means the car knows the trailer is connected, but it's disabling the rear sensors, that's fine. And we have left indicator, right indicator, no errors coming up. Let's put the tail lights on and also the hazards, and we're just going to make sure that, yeah, so you see the side markers are on, and we'll just make sure tail lights on and indicators are on. I think we're good. So it seems that if you want to bypass the trailer warnings, you just need 4 load resistors. I think I explained at the start, but these load resistors, each one is designed for a tail light working as a park light and a stop light. They're the words I'm after. So inside those resistor boxes that I fitted, there's one that emulates a 5-watt bulb and one that emulates a 21-watt bulb. And I don't even know how I've wired them up, but they both worked. So if you're doing this for your trailer, you don't need to worry too much about the size of the load resistor. I did have a quick look, and most of the brand name ones are like 30 Australian for a pair, but on eBay you can get them for sort of $10 to $15 delivered for 4. And that will cover all the circuits on the trailer. So the trailer has left indicator, right indicator, tail light, and stop light. So as long as you've got a load resistor on all of them, the car does what it's supposed to do. All right, this has been quite a long video, but I think that is going to be the end of sorting out towing with this trailer and the X5. The only other thing I think I'm going to add on the towing series will be a transmission cooler, which is coming. We've still got to do a gearbox service and engine service on this car. It's all coming. There's heaps of stuff still coming, but at least we know we can tow now without any weird flashing going on, and the X5 knows that it's got a trailer. Win. All right, guys, we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. I left the lights on. We're good.